过来就踩住啊，这个过来就踩住。喂，好晃的哦，啊，直接反着过，过来就踩住，过来就踩住。进来，进来，进来，进来，进来，进来，进来，进来。喂，你个脚，你个脚。Dekat bawah tu, Bik. Dekat bawah tu. Dekat mana? Bawah tu, Bik. Oh, si baik tak kena. Ish. Ish. Mana tu? Mana? Tu dia. Bik. Apa dia? Oh, si baik tak kena tu ni. Ya Allah. Rasa dia duduk belakang tu ni. Dia lagi. Kau dekat. Allah. Tak lagi. Kita nak balik. Gelak lah. Baik tu kena ni. Rasa ni duduk belakang. Kita mana lagi ni? Duduk belakang tu. Rasa lain macam ni. Gay! Nak pergi sana ni. Dia kena tepung. Dia tak nak pergi. Dia marah apa? Apa kamar? Tengok. Hello? Ma, mau ada mana? Mari dekat kebun aku jap. Oh. Dah aku ni ada atas pokok ni ada beruang. Oh tapi kena jaga-jaga sikit. Aku dekat pokok durian. Bawa pagang. Di mana pula? Tak apa, siapa mau telefon aku? Jaga pagang. Wish. Kalau gelak ni nak hujan lagi. Buku apa nak ni?
So I know Halloween just passed, but I really wanted to tell this story about something that happened to me when I was really young on Halloween. I've only ever had 2 really scary Halloweens, and this one takes the top of the cake. I already told my first scary Halloween story. If you're interested in listening to that one, it's already on my page somewhere. This one is gonna come with some pictures, so stay tuned for that. So anyways, it was 6th grade. It was like the year that me and my friends were like, okay, this is gonna be our last trick or treat as like children. And then next year we're gonna start like partying and stuff, which by the way, foreshadowing, that never happened. So you know how it is, like your last Halloween with your friends, you guys are trying to make it the most unforgettable experience of your lifetime. And trust me, it was. Not for the reasons that you might think. So the night started off that like we always started at my mother's house, which was like in a little neighborhood of houses, like a circle of neighborhood houses. Why is this lagging so much? Like what is going on? So anyways, we started at my mom's house, which is like what we usually did. We went around that whole neighborhood and then we hit the next one, which was like another little development of like houses right across the river from us. I reference it in my last story about the Halloween incident with me and my brother. But before we knew it, we went downtown, which we weren't really like, we didn't do that very often except for when we had our parents. So we were like, hell yes, brother. We are gonna go check this out by ourselves as full-grown adults. Like, we really were thinking. At the beginning of that night, it literally felt so amazing. We were like, yes, we're invincible. We're going downtown by ourselves. Like, this is amazing. That is until we got to what I've always referred to as the Red House. Like, that's the Red House. That's where that happened. Me and all of my friends who this like happened to, we We all call it the Red House, and it's like a well-known term. We get up to the Red House and we're like, okay, yeah, this is another house. Their lights are on. They've got fucking candy. Their yard was decked out in like, you know, Halloween decor. We rang the doorbell and we waited, and out steps this cute little tiny old lady. Like, when I tell you that she was so fucking cute, she was so fucking cute. Like, she was like your stereotypical grandma from like a Christmas movie. She had the short, curly, white hair. Her stature was just short and frail. She had this huge smile, like she was so excited that all these kids dressed up in costumes were coming to her house. She immediately started complimenting all of our costumes. She was like, oh, what a cute little devil you are, pointing at me specifically because this is how I was dressed. This is how all my friends were dressed, by the way. My whoopee cushion friend, oh my god, I love you. Whatever, she gave us candy, she gave us a gracious smile and a happy Halloween, and just before we like were able to step off the porch, she kind of paused for a minute and she was like, you guys look amazing. Is it okay if I take your picture? At first we froze a little bit because we were like, a stranger wants to take our picture. But then we thought about it for like a brief moment. We were like, okay, it's just like a cute little old lady, whatever. How can I say no to her? She's adorable. Whatever, she takes our picture, and then after that we were like about to leave, about to walk off the porch, and then she looks at me again and she says, honey, your costume looks so cute, and honestly, it would match the backdrop that I have in my living room perfectly. And like, literally, at this moment, she is literally like this cute little, she's giving me my grandma vibes. Like, she's giving me like wholesome vibes. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I'm still hesitating. I'm like, okay, this is a little fucking weird. This is like a little fucking weird. But mistake, big fucking mistake number one that I made was saying, okay, of course I'll do that. What? Oh, I turned to my friends and I'm like, okay, just stay right here and I'll be right back. Like, they're kind of looking at me like, don't you fucking dare step foot in a stranger's house. But I did it anyways because I'm an obedient child. So as soon as I step in there, she shuts the door behind me, and it's not like she slams the door or like swings it shut really fast or anything. Like, she just kind of calmly like shuts the door, and I was like, okay, she doesn't want the cold air to get in. That's all, that makes sense. We get in the house and then we're like walking down this like little hallway, and then at the end of the hallway it opens up to a living room. I remember as soon as I got to the end of the hallway, she's like behind me a little bit and she's like, it's right in there, dear. The backdrop is right down there, down the hallway, and then the living room at the end. I walked down there and I stepped into the room. Not a backdrop in sight, but what was in sight was this ungodly, fat, disgusting man sitting on a couch. Like, massive. He was massive. I don't even think that he would have been able to like get up off of that couch if he wanted to. Grotesque. He didn't say a single word to me. He just turned his head and looked at me. And I remember in that moment I was like struggling because my brain was just like literally struggling so hard to comprehend what I was seeing and what was going on. And that's when I noticed something else that traumatizes me to this day and is the reason why I will never, ever, ever let my kid go out trick-or-treating alone. Ever. Never. So in the corner of the room next to the TV and like, what the fuck was it? It was like some weird little Indian looking footstool, was a crate. And inside the crate was no dog, but a little boy dressed in a dinosaur costume, literally silently crying. I just remember the tears streaming down the little kid's face. It like wasn't a normal looking dog crate. It was like one of those thick military style dog crates that, you know, people like to put in the back of their cars for like their dog, but like there was a fucking child in it. I don't even know how to describe to you that feeling. Like, I was in 6th grade. I'm 26 years old now, and seeing that still, it's like scarred in my memory. Literally, it's like branded on my brain. So I turn around and I bolt out the door. I pushed my way straight past that old lady. I didn't fucking care if she was frail and cute anymore. Good thing that she was frail and cute because she was real easy to push over. Bolted out the door and I got to my friends and I frantically told them what was happening. At first they didn't believe me. They were like, you fucking liar. Like, you always joke around, like blah, blah, blah. But like, I feel like they could tell at a certain point, like I was not joking. And I was like, if you don't fucking believe me, go check the window. Go look at the window. So they did. They crept up to like the living room window all the way in the back because I pointed them to like where I thought that like the window would be in that room. And buddy, the face that they made when they saw what I saw, we ran all the way to the police station. I'm not even joking you. We ran all the way to the police station, and they have like the, you know, those little phones inside the booth, so like you can call the police and like get their help. Like, you can't actually get in there. So we went in there, we were calling the police, we told them what happened, and they literally chalked it up to a Halloween prank. They didn't believe us. They didn't believe a single fucking word we were saying. We tried and we tried and we tried and we tried to like explain to them. We even spoke to like multiple different officers. Not just over the phone either. Like, they came to the police station after we had rang the phone and called them, and they were still like, oh, ha ha, tee ha ha, you guys are so funny. Like, I don't even know if they went and checked the house at all. I'm assuming that they did. I don't know. Like, I've never like looked up if there's any like missing persons cases or like missing little boys in the area. I have no fucking idea what happened to the boy, what came of this. I'm really certain, I'm so certain that it was not a prop in their house. Like, I don't think that was a decoration, and if it is a decoration, that is the scariest, creepiest, most fucking weird decoration I've ever seen in my entire life. Why would you purchase that? I don't think, for those reasons alone, I don't think that it was a decoration. And the way that he was so scared, like the little boy in there, like his face was terrified. I think about him every single day, and I really hope that he was able to reunite with his family, because I have no idea if the police ever took it seriously, or like I said, if there was any kind of missing persons report or anything like that. But yeah, don't let your kids go out on Halloween alone, and if you do, even if they're older kids, like, please make sure that they know like about the dangers of strangers. I know stranger danger is a thing already, but I feel like that's become so like, oh yeah, tee, stranger danger. Like, it's not a heavy term anymore, and it needs to be heavier because kids are not scared enough.
Hey everyone, it's 11:45 p.m. and I'm here at the funeral home, and I wanted to make a video to kind of explain. A lot of people aren't aware or are confused as to why funeral directors are at the funeral home at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So death can occur at any time, morning, afternoon, evening, and funeral directors have to be ready to go at any time. So, you know, if a funeral director gets a call, they'll make that removal at the place of death, bring the loved one to the funeral home, and if they are going to be embalmed, that embalming is usually done at that time. So funeral directors can be at the funeral home all night. If they are getting multiple calls while they're embalming, they have to stop and go and come and finish and go and come and stop and all that stuff. So sometimes funeral directors are at the funeral home all night, and then they have to work in the office the next morning, meeting with families, taking out services. It can get really exhausting, but for me tonight, I am here, or I just got finished dressing a loved one for their services tomorrow. And I like to come in the night because there's no one here. It's peaceful, it's quiet. I can take my time and pay 100% full attention to that loved one without worrying, you know, oh, I have to go answer the phone, or I have to leave on a call. I can just actually come and take my time and concentrate. So I do like coming in the night because of that. And okay, that was weird. I don't like that. The light switch is right there, and the light just flickered. And I'm gonna cut this video short because that is cue for It's My Time to Go.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone. What was that?
If you saw my last video, this thing chased me away last time. It's been 2 days, and that's the water. It's gonna be a great, anything else in here? It's gonna be a great water bill. I did not leave that on. It's non-stop. What the hell? Would you please stop? I told you I'm leaving. I gotta go through and close everything again. every time. If you want my attention that much, you have my attention. What do you want? This thing is do the doors. Would you please stop this? Okay, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna leave for another couple days. I gotta go back for my keys.
I almost lost my mind. I thought these shoes were a cat. I ain't got no cat. Lord.
Y'all, so it's 5:20 a.m. in Costa Rica. What is this noise? Y'all, what the is this noise?
I got an email from somebody who said that they believe that their energy was harvested at a concert, and after the concert they met the famous rapper in person, and then they saw what they believed was to be black magic right in front of their eyes. So for the sake of the story, we're going to call this person Solo. In 2014, Solo was in his senior year of high school, and he went to the same high school as a huge rapper that is from Compton, California. So Solo's mentor also went to this high school, and he was really good friends with this rapper, and he used to take Solo and his best friend to events hosted by this rapper and his label all the time. They got to meet all their favorite artists, and it was awesome. But on this particular night, there was another rapper on the same label who was having his first show in California for his headlining tour. His mentor, knowing that him and his best friend were huge fans and knowing how historical this night was, comes up to him and asks him, do you want to go to the show in Hollywood? Him and his best friend are like, hell yeah, we want to go. So they go that night, and as soon as they get there, his best friend notices something. They're standing like in the crowd, and he notices that from across the way there are three men standing there. They're super pale, and they're just throwing daggers at the two of them. So Solo notices it too, and he kind of thinks those people don't really look like regular music fans. Maybe they're just club owners. So the entire show they are trying to have a good time, but they notice that these three men are just constantly staring at them, throwing daggers at them constantly. And then they realize that the president of the label walks over to these three guys, kind of confirming their importance. So they kind of just let it go. They're not really thinking about it. They're just trying to enjoy the show. So they're enjoying the show, but then he notices that something really weird happens. Well, sometime during the show, the rapper starts chanting something, and everybody throws their hands up in the air like they do at a show, how you just kind of like throw your hands up in the air. And he said that he did that. He was throwing his hands up in the air, and so was his best friend, but he noticed that this pulse, like this shock, went from his heart up through his arm. So at this point, he's kind of thinking in his mind about that conspiracy that, you know, the Super Bowl conspiracy about how musicians, big musicians, will harvest people's energy through giant rituals during a concert. Well, that pops into the back of his mind because he's never felt anything like that before. So this is important for the next part. Well, at this point, the show is over, and his mentor takes him and his best friend backstage, and they hang out with the production and the artist, etc. Well, at some point while they're back there, the rapper comes out, and he comes and greets them, and Solo shakes his hand, and he tells him how much he loves his music, etc. And mind you, this rapper has like this white towel wrapped around his head, and he has sunglasses on. Apparently, this rapper always wears sunglasses, never takes them off. Well, after the rapper greets them, he walks into the back into this big black Denali truck with the doors wide open. Solo and his friend want a picture with this rapper, so he asks his mentor, can you please go ask if we can get a picture? So Solo goes over and he asks this guy that is standing next to the rapper in the back of the truck. Then this guy next to the truck peeps in, turns, and immediately looks at them and just goes, no, not right now, not right now. Now, they were a little disappointed at this, but they were understanding, and at this point they're having a conversation, and they kind of drift a little bit away from the truck, but where they're standing now at this point, they can see the rapper inside of the truck. He said the rapper was in the back of the truck, and as soon as he looked up, the rapper looked up, that like kind of like they were in sync with each other, but the only problem was he did not have a face or a head. He only saw floating sunglasses and a floating white towel. Literally, like it was an invisible person with floating sunglasses and a big white towel. His signature sunglasses. He said the best way to describe it would be like a black void, like looking at a black hole. Reminiscent of like the Invisible Man, but instead clear with like a black shadowy void. Now here's the thing, he said that this particular rapper raps a lot about witchcraft, magic, Aleister Crowley, and more, so it's fitting. Now he was absolutely frozen in fear, but his mind is telling him to play it off for protection. So he looks at his friend quietly and he says, did you just see what I just saw? And his friend went, yeah. So he tells him, just be cool and act like we didn't see anything weird. He said that this experience has made him believe in all of the witchcraft and evil that the music industry allegedly partakes in. Because he said what he saw was not human, at least not anymore. Not in that moment. It wasn't human. So what did you guys think about that story? Do you think, like, that's wild? I've never heard anything like that. An invisible person. What do you think could possibly have caused him to be invisible? That is wild to me. And to see that, he had to have known that he saw that. He had to have known that he saw that. And they didn't do anything. And I wonder what those three men were doing just staring at them. What did that signify? And when he lifted up his arms and he felt that pulse go through his heart all the way through his arm, that is a little wild to me. Do you guys believe in this stuff? Do you guys believe that the music industry does witchcraft? Because I've been hearing so much about it lately. If anybody has any stories that are like this, or you've had any weird experiences at concerts or meeting celebrities, I would love to know about it, please. This is super interesting to me, and it's gonna really take me on a deep dive into a rabbit hole that I'm not sure I'm ready to go in. So drop all your thoughts, opinions, suggestions in the comments. He will be seeing all of the comments. I'm not sure if he will be replying, but he will be seeing them. And to answer the question that I know all of you guys are gonna ask, I do not know who the rapper is. He did not even tell me who it was. And
What's going on, bud? What is that? Huh? What? What is it, buddy? Kaiser.
But I think I see something looking at me through that window. I might be a little delusional.
The car that was just right next to me at the red light drove off while the light was still red. I mean, I can't look that bad, right? I smiled and everything. I went like this. Some people are just so scared of everything.
This disturbing video was accidentally captured during a TikTok live stream, and it has already shocked millions of viewers. The man you see here is John, a content creator from the US. He runs a channel where he films himself cleaning old, forgotten gravestones and abandoned cemeteries. He does it completely for free, just out of kindness and respect for those who were left behind. John always brings a small radio with him while he works, just to keep himself company. But during one of his recent live streams, while cleaning the grave of a 5-year-old girl named Mary Saffron, something truly chilling happened. He suddenly heard this through his radio.
What is your name?
My name is John, Mary.
It sounded like the voice of that very same little girl, as if she was trying to thank him. But that's not even the scariest part. Listen to what she said next.
You should have won. Thanks, John.
He's on.
You're welcome, little one.
And you might be wondering, why did John stay so calm? Well, this wasn't the first time it happened. He's had other moments where voices from his radio seemed to come from the spirits of the people whose graves he was cleaning. He doesn't see it as something terrifying. In fact, he believes it's their way of showing gratitude, a kind of higher form of thank you.
So I've been working at a hotel for, a couple years now. And I've never had anything like this happen. And I'm borderline freaked out, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm sitting down here at the front desk, right? And I'm on the computer and I'm just typing away. Phone rings. I don't look at the phone. I just answer it. And, I say my whole little spiel or whatever. And it's just silent. The phone is just silent. After about, 3 or 4 seconds, I say hello again. Nothing. And right before I go to hang up, it sounds like I'm hearing somebody just like breathing on the other line. I just hang up and I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. I ain't thinking twice about it. But then I go and look at the caller ID, and let me show y'all something. All right, that's the room that called. Okay, peep that, 505. Now let me show y'all something. I'm gonna go over here to the elevator so y'all know I'm not bullshitting. And I'm gonna turn the camera around. How many fucking floors do you see here? Because I'm pretty sure we don't have a room 505 nor a 5th floor. This would be the night I quit. I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit.
Hi, sorry, I'm not trying to freak you out, but can you please let me in? Something's out there. I swear I just saw like a lizard, like a reptile man chasing me down the street. Please, I don't know where else to go.
Alright, I'm opening it. Just hang on.
Please hurry up, please.
Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, please look me up. I'm a whistleblower. We live in a square like the Brady Bunch, and in those other squares are different civilizations. Space is fake. It's all it is a sailing. 3i Atlas is on its way back. That's actually the Anunnaki. They realize the Greys have a soul catcher on the moon, and they've been fucking trapping us for thousands of years. The Anunnakis found out about it, and they're coming back. That's why you see all these drones going back and forth. Those aren't really drones. Those are fallen angels. Listen, God is real. Jesus is real. George, please hit me up, man. I got information for you. I gotta go. I've been being looked for right now. People like Elon Musk and Incorporated, those guys, those are reptilians. They manipulate our brain and make us think that they're really humans, but they're not. They're reptilians. This world is bonkers, guys. That's why over at Skinwalker Ranch, they've been digging into the ground. It's all technology. Underneath the ground is technology, and underneath that ground is a different civilization. Guys, it's weirder than you think. I gotta go. George, hit me up.
Something happened and I need to talk about this. So a couple weeks ago, I took off of work. My last night I worked, I always park in the same 3 spots. Creature of habit for 6 years. I park, I back in, and when I back in, I'm facing this way, okay? I do my shift, I come out of work, and when I come out of work, my car is parked in a row over there, backed in, facing that way. Excuse me, I'm so freaked out. I text my boyfriend as I'm walking back in the building and I'm like, hey, did you come get my car and move it for some reason? He said, no, I don't even know where your other key fob is, by the way. And I said, okay, I'll call you in a few minutes. I go back into the security office. I said, my car was moved. Can you come look at it with me? What can we do? We go out, we look at my car. I don't see anything wrong. And I said, I'm really freaked out. Can we watch footage? I said, because something isn't right. I said, that spot over there is where I was parked. And the spot was empty. So we go in, he starts looking at footage, and in the footage, the spot where I parked is empty. You could see a flicker once or twice. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, I don't know. But I park in the spot where I found my car when I walked out after my shift. But I'm wearing a totally different scrub outfit, and I have my old bag that I used to carry before I posted one here when I bought a new LL Bean bag. I was in a totally old outfit. And I said, no, this can't be right. I said, look at my outfit. Look what I'm wearing. Look at my bag. And he was like, oh yeah. I said, this has to be old. He said, no, old footage erases after so much time. And I said, okay, well, this can't be right. And he said, no, look at the trees. Look at the timestamp. This is last night. I said, but I didn't park over there. I parked in that empty spot. So we kind of looked at each other, we were both kind of like, what? I don't know what happened. I said, can you please just come back out with me to really take a look at my car? Took a good look at my car. Didn't see anything wrong. Didn't see anything missing in my car or moved. But something happened with time. And it's so weird. Totally freaked out. This happened 3 weeks ago. I think about it every single day. And I've been not wanting to tell the story because I don't want to sound crazy. But this happened. There was a glitch and my car was in a different spot. And you even saw 2 little flickers in the video. I don't know. but something is definitely happening with time. I've been having weird dreams. I woke up with a swollen eyelid. Something happened. I have no explanation for it, but my car was moved and I was in different clothes. And it's not old footage because he said the old footage erases. I don't know.
So I just got off the phone with my mom, and my grandfather's in the hospital. They said he's missing a piece of his brain. My mother said, well, where the fuck did it go? They said he blew it out of his nose. I beg your pardon. I didn't even know that was possible.
Look guys, people keep saying someone's hiding here. I service they must be friends with a borrower. There's no room, guys.
It's thick.
It's thick?
Yeah. It's on the other side.
Go again.
It's thick.
It's thick and I do it on two sides. I do it right and then I did it left. It's not the side. This one up the breast. So I had to switch a side.
But even like you feeling
something, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
If two stick, that is crazy.
All two on?
No, it's the one. Oh, all two went on.
Big ass branch done fell off the tree and it killed my goddamn witch. You okay, girl? Oh shit.
Awan, jangan ya, awan. Awan. Awan ini mah, awan hitam. Budah. Budah awan ini. Awan ini, awan hitam. Nah. Busa. Bau. Awas beracun. Bau tak? Tuh. Busa ini. Busa. Ini busa ini. Bau ini. Tahu ini apa ini bau ini? Panas. Oh, ayam. Berbentuk busa ini, nggak tahu ini apa dari langit. Turun dari langit tuh, masih ada.
Nih, orang pagi-pagi tuh kayak bau spite. Tadi pagi tuh. Kayak bau spite. Bukan busa, kayak busa sabun gitu ya?
Bau ya masih bau.
Bayar 1.000 ayo.
Bingaya tasnya. ABB apa Budi Makmur Perkasa ini ya?
ABB
Soalnya banyaknya di seberang sana, terus di BMP juga banyak. Di udara.
Tapi jadi botol latihan TNI murah. Ini nama kok terjun payung
Aku gak pikir tuh terjun payung. Tapi nggak ada pesawat, tak bilang.
Gede yo. Tanpa mau.
Baunya kayak bau dari BMP. Kayaknya.
Di ABB tanah mana? Dia nana biji lama dah highway nak
Iya, itu Bu banyak di atas, Bu. Tuh.
Dia tanah 5 bau.
Bau.
Yeah, okay. Like I don't know a curse when I see one.
Ay, mi amor, te extraño tanto. Papi.